Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you a back to school haul and then kind of switching out some of our supplies, and I'm excited to show you all these things and to get stuff ready for school. So if you like these types of videos, please remember to subscribe and let's get into this video. Okay, so I'm going to start with the haul and then we'll get into kind of organizing all these supplies and showing you something new that we're going to be doing in our homeschool space this year. And so I have some stuff from Walmart, some stuff from Michael's, and some stuff from Amazon. So let me start with some of the stuff from Walmart. So I got some basic art supplies, more markers and things like that. We didn't really need a whole lot. A lot of the stuff I got is for the new thing that we're doing, but there were just a few supplies that I needed to replenish and that kind of stuff. So I did get some twistable crayons. I just thought this would be fun because I don't usually, we have a lot of crayons, but I don't have them like set out very easily for my kids to get to. And some people have recommended these, they just like them so much better. And I have actually never tried them. I've tried the colored pencils, but those aren't really my favorite because they break all the time. So we'll try the crayons and see if we like them. And then I also just wanted to get a few more markers. My kids use these for some of the activities we do or for our language arts. And so it just sits in a bin on our table basically most of the time. So I wanted to have more of those just in case because they stop working very easily. And then my son, my oldest, needed a protractor for his math, and I didn't realize. I was like, oh, we're already at the stage where we need protractors. So I had to order one from Amazon. So we've already opened this one, so it's kind of hard to see. Because he needed to use it. So I got this from Amazon, but then I also got just a geometry set that has a protractor in it and a compass and a few other like rulers and stuff. So I'll probably just keep these. I don't know if I'll have him keep them in his drawer, but maybe just in a central location where if any of my kids need that kind of stuff, they can come use it. It will mostly be for him because that's where he is in math and the rest of them are not. And then I also got some more pencils. The Ticonderoga pencils are the best. You hear that from everybody. And these ones were sharpened, so I paid a little bit more, but I didn't want to sharpen all the pencils, so I paid for the sharpened ones. And then I got a few big erasers. I don't know about your guys' kids, but my kids are so good at using the eraser. And then the pencil's like not even gone at all. It's still as long as it was to begin with, and the eraser's already gone. And so then they're doing their work and they can't erase anything because it's totally flat. So then they're ripping the paper and all sorts of things. So I was like, okay, we'll grab a few big erasers. We have some just fun ones that like look like crayons and stuff. But I was like, okay, let's get some that actually work. And then I got a few mechanical pencils. I think we had some of these last year. So some of my kids like to use mechanical pencils. Again, these all just kind of sit in bins, and I'll show you those in a minute when I replenish all of our supplies. But some of my kids like these better than the plain number 2 pencils. And then I got some of these bigger ones too. My kids, I got these for the first time last year and they actually did pretty well with them. They make it a little easier to write because they're a little fatter. The lead is bigger and so it doesn't break as easily. So that was kind of nice for some of my kids. And then I got some extra 0.7 lead that can go in the mechanical pencils. And then a few other things before I get into the special thing for our homeschool space is another pencil sharpener. We have one, but it's kind of dying. It struggles a little bit. And so I was like, okay, we'll grab another one and then we can have both of them because if we're sharpening a lot of things, the other one just goes really slow. And then my kids are waiting for each other to sharpen their pencils or to sharpen colored pencils. So I was like, we'll just get another one. And then something else I got was this teeny little speaker off of Amazon. Sorry, I have this hair over here, you know, those invisible hairs that just drive you crazy, but you can't find them. I can feel it over here on my face. But, so I got this little speaker. I had been looking at a bigger one for a while, but it was like $125 and I wasn't in a spot where I was like, I'm gonna spend that much money. And this one was $25 and it actually works really well. It's open because we were listening to music the other day and my kids loved it, and then I actually went and bought another one because it was only $25. And so then you can have like surround sound if you want, like set them on both sides of the room. But the point is, the reason I got this is because for some of the history lessons, you listen to them, like they have little stories that go along with them, or if I want to turn on just some music for my kids to listen to, usually nothing with lyrics or anything, just kind of quiet music for them to listen to while they're working. It's just easier if I have a speaker instead of opening up a computer or turning on my phone, which it still works fairly well on my phone, but it uses a lot of battery and the speaker isn't as good. And I believe this also can be, you can tune into the radio. So I thought that was fun because I like listening to the radio. so that's that. And then the next things are for our art cart, which sounds hilarious because it just rhymes and is basically saying the same word 2 times in a row. And so I wanted a cart that I could just put all of our art supplies on and that my kids could easily access. And right now our baby's still small enough that he can't get into anything. And it's gonna go in our homeschool closet, which is like over here to the side of me. And I'll put it in there. And then when we need it, because a lot of times for some of our like language arts and stuff, they need a cart, they need some art stuff, but all my art stuff is kind of all over our homeschool closet and it's not always easy for them to get to. So I wanted stuff that was easy where they could get it. And for right now, it will work really well, especially because our handles are hard to turn. So even once our baby is like moving around, he won't be able to open the door for a while. So we'll figure it out later when he can. But so I got the cart because I didn't have one. So this is from Michael's. Let me hold it up. Oh, it's heavy. So I need to put this together for you guys today. And so this is a cart and it's kind of this like baby bluish, I don't know, tried something different. And so we have that. So I'm gonna put that together. And then I have tons of art stuff already, but I got a few other things. So for the cart itself, these are also from Michael's. They were just like, they were on clearance. So they were like $1 or $2. So I got a few different sizes to maybe organize some paintbrushes and stuff. And then I didn't know how big these ones all were, but look at this one, it's so cute and little. So I don't know if we'll use it for anything, you know, it was like $1, so we'll see. And then I also got some trays, just 2 of them, that if we need them for art and, you know, working on something maybe a little messier, they can use these, or we can use them for some of the other projects or sensory bins and stuff like that. So those will maybe sit on the cart. I haven't decided yet. I'll kind of see as I organize it what works best. And then I saw these at Walmart and I thought these would be fun also to put on the cart. So these are the colors of the world. These are the colored pencils and these are the markers. So, because so many times my kids are looking for like skin tone colors and they just don't know what to use. So instead of putting those in with all of our main colored pencils and markers, I was gonna keep them separate so we knew exactly where they were. And then I got a few more watercolors just to put on there as well, because we're going to focus more on watercolor this year and they might use it for some of their language arts also. So I got this palette, which looks, obviously adds more colors than just the cheap little Crayola ones, but it looks similar, you know, like you wet them down and stuff. And we have lots of liquid watercolor already. And then this one's a little nicer, so I don't know if I'm going to use this one for me or for them, but when you open it up, it has the little palette that you can mix on, and then a little bit like the fancier watercolors, and they come with some of their pens right here that you can fill with water, and then a little sponge to probably dab stuff off. So I also got that, and it came with this little watercolor pad, so that could go on the tray. And then I got a few more paintbrushes. We already have some, but then I got a few more that I can put in these tins, whatever those are. These are like paint buckets. And so I can put them in there and my kids can have access to them. Okay, so that's the haul section of this video. And now I'm gonna put the cart together and kind of organize all of our supplies, and I will show you the finished products. Okay, so I organized all of our normal school supplies. I put all the pencils here, the mechanical pencils, and then I didn't get any more pens. We still have some here that my kids use, or colored pencils, because we still have a lot. And then we have the markers right here. And so we had a bunch of markers still left over. And so we kind of divided them between the two. But me and my daughter went through them all to make sure they were still working really well. And then we put the new ones in there. And then we already have these erasers, which I mentioned, these crayon ones, which work fine, I guess. But then I just put the pink ones in here as well. And then this bin, I already had plenty of dry erase markers. And so we just kept those there. And if we find a bad one as we use them, we'll just throw them away. And then scissors and then glue. And these bins all sit on our table in our homeschool room. And then if we need any of it, it's all right here where we can get it. And it's just very easy for us, and it's worked really well. Okay, I have my pile of art supplies down here, and I'm gonna try to figure out how it will best all fit on this tray over here that I just put together. So wish me luck. Okay, so the cart is done. At least I think so. I tried to get most of the stuff on there. There's a few things that didn't make it and whatever. It's a little bit full, but we're gonna make it work. So let me scoot in. I have my little roller chair here, which is super fun for me. I always wanna spin around in a circle. But on the bottom, I'll show you the best I can since, you know, it's kind of hard to see some of the things, but I put our just normal washable paint right here. And then on this side, it's so nice that it rolls around. These are watercolors, just liquid watercolors. We don't use them very often, mostly because they're hiding in our closet and we never see them. And then I have a bunch of like little palettes right here that they can put stuff on. These are just some, I think these are, oh, they're gel crayons. Sometimes those are in our nature schooling stuff. And then these are watercolor markers right there. And then we have some watercolor crayons. On this one, these are small watercolor palettes, and then I have some big ones up on this top shelf. Not everything fit perfectly on the same shelf. And then most of the rest of this stuff is from Let's Make Art. It's a subscription box, or you can buy it just one time. And we loved it, but we just couldn't get through the art fast enough. And so we just had boxes piling up. So I had stopped getting it, but see, this is all watercolor paper that's been cut to a certain size. These are all books with tons of ideas in them. This is a little, I think it's called a gel pad that they use for some of the art in here. And then I have several books underneath these that are just full of watercolor paper. And so just lots of watercolor paper basically, and ideas right here of things they can do. And then this top shelf has a whole bunch more supplies. So I put paintbrushes here, a bunch of them, hopefully enough, you know, and these are, again, some toothbrushes from the Let's Make Art boxes that we've gotten, so they can use those for fun. and some watercolor, whatever these are called. I want to call them tablets right now. Anyway, some watercolors right here. We'll just call them that. And then I put all of our markers and color pencils here, the skin tone ones, in together so my kids can use those. And then this was another thing from the Let's Make Art. So I just put that in there, just a fun like colored pencil type thing that you can change. These are acrylic, like marker type things that my kids can use. And then there's a few other pens in here. So these are Sharpie pens for outlining like watercolor stuff. There's some white ones in here as well for outlining on black paper. So some things like that. These are pens I got when I used to do the maker crate. And so I just put them in here because I don't use them for anything else and thought my kids might have fun using them. They're double-sided with a really thin side and then a thicker side. I put our crayons here that I just had showed you. And so they're nice. These are the containers. I just used the 2 bigger containers that I got from Michael's. And then these are a whole bunch of liquid watercolors. You can kind of see some of them right here. These are all from the Let's Make Art kits. They send watercolors in all of those kits. And so we just have a ton in here that my kids can use and whatever they want to use them for. Well, not whatever they want to use them for. That's a little bit too broad for kids. And then these are straws that came in the Let's Make Art kits as well. So they can use these to like blow the paint across the paper and do some fun things there. And then these are just a couple random things. There's tape and then some Q-tips that they can use for art projects. So I put them in there. Most of these containers I already had besides these 2. These are just like the Ziploc twist tops. And this was a random container I had. I tried to just use whatever I had to store stuff instead of buying a whole lot of new stuff. So that's what the cart looks like. And it's gonna just go in our homeschool closet. And I'm excited about this. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be a better situation for us than having the art all over the closet and never using it. Okay, so that is our back to school haul and then also our art cart. It just cracks me up every time I say it. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe it gave you some different ideas, and I'm hoping that this art cart will work out well for us and we can just pull it out easily. I might actually get another one of these carts and use it for our morning basket stuff. I've seen people do that. I just have never used it, but I actually really love this cart. And this one was from Michael's. I'll try to link everything down below, at least as much as I can. And this was cheaper than some of the ones I saw on Amazon, which is why I got this cart. It's right here, you can't see it, but it's right next to me. It's my friend's. And so that's why I got this one instead of some of the ones on Amazon. So I might get another one and put some of my morning basket stuff in it instead of, again, having my morning basket stuff kind of all over the place. But I had a lot of fun doing this. I'm glad to be organized. It makes me feel so happy inside. So if you enjoy seeing these types of videos, please give me a thumbs up, and I hope you are having a wonderful back to school time.